Hey everyone, welcome back. And in this video, let's just talk about signals, which is the new feature in town for Preact as well as React.js. It's interesting. It's not bad. It has some obvious use cases, which we will discuss. And it's actually something which I feel that React team could have also made because it makes a lot of sense. So let's talk about what this new feature is from Preact, what Preact is if you haven't heard about, and how to use that in React. We'll see a demo. Let's go. Most of you here are web developers who I believe have worked with React once in a while in past because a lot of content here is React centric. And you know that in React, prop drilling is a huge thing. It's a huge issue, right? If you want to, let's say, manage some state from one component to another, you have to pass it either through props, or you have to create something like a context, or you have to create something like, use something like Redux, for example, which then has its own set of problems for actions and dispatchers and everything. What signals aim to solve is it takes the state out of the functional components or components themselves, and you can pretty much work with them anywhere you want. In a way, you can store them in a single file, then export them, then use them in any other component you want, and they'll just work like regular primitive values out of the box. But they are also reactive in nature, so they react when something changes. And the biggest thing is that they do not require re-renders of the full component. This is a huge thing. This thing means that if you are creating a signal which updates its value, it can in place replace the rendered text, let's say. So if your signal had hello world and you clicked on a button and that changed to hello world 2, then that does not require a re-render of the full component. It can change within the placeholder or within the text itself. Let's take a look at a quick demo which I have created on codedamn playgrounds. You can see we installed signals from Preact and signals React. Because this is a React.js playground, that is why we have to use this package called Preact/signals React. Otherwise we could have just used Preact/signals, which is how the official package works. By the way, if I did not tell you, if you don't know Preact sells itself as a fast 3 KB alternative to React. It comes with a lot of APIs. React provides hooks, functional components and everything, but it also takes a lot of different approaches, like, directly updating DOM instead of having a different virtual DOM thing. And it does not come with the React 18 new concurrent stuff and features, but it's a very lightweight, a React-like framework, right? So what these guys have done is they have developed signals for their own framework, but they also exposed it to React, which we are going to take a look right now. So once you have exported a signal, once you have imported a signal, you can just create a signal. In this case, I just created first signal like this, which has a value of 0, right? You can access this value like this by using .value, basically just like how you do it in refs. But here refs, compared to refs, they are also reactive and they just replace the state in place. So you see, we start with first value. I'm also having a conditional here, which renders content conditionally. And on clicking of this app link thing, we just set the value directly to math.random. No setters, none of those function calls. It just uses proxies internally, most likely. And it just uses getters and setters on that to update the state. So when I click on this, for example, you can see that the number is updating and this thing 0.5 plus and 0.5 minus is also updating. What I have not shown you, which is actually very, very interesting, is let's actually see if I have something like count as use ref, and if I do a 0, and let's say if I do a use effect, and then something like this, on every render or every re-render, I want to increase this count.current, right? And what I can say is I can say re-renders is count.current, right? So what this would tell us is that this will tell us how many re-renders have happened in the React world. Now you can see when I'm clicking on this, the value changes and the re-renders also update, right? So the more I click on this, the more re-renders it happens. But let's say if all of this logic is inside of return another component, and here we have, let's say, another component, which is component, and we just shift the re-render logic or the re-render count over here. So you see, the moment we shift this logic to the parent component right here, you're gonna see that parent component does not re-render, right? When I'm updating this component. The important part here is, of course, you can also use state and use effect and, you know, recreate the same example. But the important part here is that the state right here is global in nature. So you don't need to pass it through your parents down the line and, you know, just let them update or let them run a batch cycle of update and then they update their child components and so on. These signal values can just go and directly update wherever or whatever component is accessing them. They don't have to, you know, just render the parent components as well. They can just re-render themselves and just quickly update whatever values they are holding. And this is pretty neat because this allows you to create, you know, a very nice global store very quickly. So you can create a global store and any component who's just subscribing to the store will be updated. That's it. No parent component, nothing of that sorts will need to pass down anything or, you know, will need to do all sorts of re-rendering framework things. It just happens in the main component which is going to use it. I'm going to leave the link of this playground down in the description so that you guys can check it out, even fork it if you want, play around, mess around with this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You should go through the documentation of Preact. You're going to see a lot of interesting examples and a lot of ways they have actually created, let's say, you know, complex objects as well instead of simple primitive values. And, you know, basically creating a to-do app just based on signals. Super cool, super exciting stuff, and works out of the box in React as well, which is awesome. I read a Twitter thread on Twitter, obviously, that some author of React.js or someone who's involved with it actually said that signals would probably needs to be reworked for React concurrent mode. It'll break in React 18 React concurrent mode. But as of now, if you're not using React concurrent mode, if you're on React 17 or even on React 18, but you're using, you know, the regular React DOM.render, it'll operate like React 17 and you're not opted into React concurrent mode. That should be okay for you to use signals, right? Just make sure you are not on concurrent mode and using signals as of now. So yep, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you like signals. If you did, make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. That is all for this one. I'm gonna see you in the next video really soon. If you're still watching this video, make sure you comment down in the comment section, I watched this video till the end. Also, if you're not part of codedamn's Discord community, you're missing out a lot on events which we organize on a weekly basis to code. You already know the drill. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thank you so much for watching.